Today we'll be reviewing the Mentos Spearmint Pure Fresh Gum. Now it claims to be spearmint flavor with green tea extract, has 50 pieces in this nice little plastic canister, and it claims to have this gushing flavor of spearmint. Now I'm going to cut it in half and see if that's actually the case, and if it's not, I'm going to be quite disappointed. Now to open it, they have this nice tamper seal so you can see if somebody has opened or messed with your gum. In this case, it's good to go. So this is what you get, about 50 pieces of gum. I've taken out a piece of gum. It's relatively small, about the size of a dime, maybe even smaller than that. Little green flecks that I'm assuming are little spearmint flavors. Now let's go ahead and slice this in half and just see if there's actually a bunch of gushing things like it claims. All right. Sliced it in half there. And it looks like there actually is a little bit of this stuff when you kind of pick it apart and look inside. There is this green flavoring substance. I don't think it is in such a great quantity as it's showing on the actual box here. I mean, if you're comparing it, I don't think it's as prevalent as what they're advertising, but it is still present, so I guess we'll see once we taste it if it is actually as flavorful as it looks. So one quick note is that I actually counted the number of pieces of gum in this container, and including the piece I cut, there were only 49. Now, they advertise on here that there are 50 pieces, and they also say that there's 50 servings per container of one piece of gum. So they actually shorted me one piece. Now, that's not that big a deal, it's just one piece of gum, but I think out of principle, if you're advertising that there's 50 in there, there should be at least 50 in there. Sometimes they give you an extra one or two, but I would just say if you do get this, I would be cautious that maybe you're not getting your full 50 pieces of gum. With that said, it's not that big a deal. It's just one piece. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one out. Hmm. It's kind of strong. Like the flavor of spearmint, I really actually do taste a little bit of that green tea extract. I think maybe that's what's in the center, but it's very strong. Like I can feel the mint throughout my entire nasal cavity, like behind my eyes. I'm like exhaling mint, and it's a lot. It's a lot of spearmint. Definitely taste just a hint of the green tea. It's like not overwhelming, but it is present, and I can taste that flavor. It's not too sweet. It's just really like it really hits you with that spearmint flavor. It's definitely, if you're someone who's sensitive to flavors being strong, it's a lot. And when I put it on my tongue, it burns ever so slightly. There's like a slight burn because it's so strong. Um, the consistency of the gum itself is, I mean, it's fairly chewy, as you would expect from a chewing gum, but it's not very sticky, like it's not getting stuck in my teeth. It's staying together pretty well. And it's not very bad, actually. I would say it's kind of enjoyable after this initial wave, this shock of being hit in the face with this spearmint minty kind of flavor. Um, so I'm gonna leave it in my mouth here and just chew it for another 15 minutes and kind of check back in then. So the minty flavor is still there. It's definitely not as overwhelming as it was before, but it's still a nice aftertaste and kind of in my throat when I breathe in and out, I can taste that spearminty flavor. I think the consistency is the same as well. I haven't really noticed any bit of difference in that regard. So I think as far as this goes, 15 minutes in, it's pretty enjoyable, much better than the overwhelming sense I got when I first tried it. But I'm going to try it for another 15 more minutes before I give it my final thoughts. All right, so we're at 30 minutes past the initial gum intake, and I think the flavor is significantly died down. I think if I were to give it another 30 minutes, there'd probably be no flavor left whatsoever. Um, but overall, I still feel pretty minty fresh. Like I feel quite refreshed from the actual mint itself. It feels like a very clean, minty flavor, almost like you've just brushed your teeth or something like that. The consistency of the gum is still pretty much the same. I really haven't experienced any uh, deterioration in quality. I know, like other gums, if you chew it for 30 minutes, an hour, it really starts to kind of become hard or you can't really chew it much anymore. This case, and I've been pretty actively chewing it, and it hasn't really deteriorated, so I think that's nice. Um, I guess I will give my final thoughts here. I would say that the Mentos are, for me, I'd say they're a buy. I'm a little disappointed that it doesn't actually include 50 pieces of gum, just on the principle. At the end of the day, it's still one piece of gum, but overall, I think I'd recommend it for the flavor. The consistency is good. It's a pretty good deal. I think I got this for like $3.50. Very cheap. So yeah, I'd recommend you try it out. And if you do, please let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you get your 50 pieces or not? Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.